In three, two, one. Hey, welcome to a Dose of Jonah. I'm your host, HeyyJonah. Before we get started with today's episode, please remember to follow me at all social medias at HeyyJonah with two Y's. And especially on Twitter to stay updated with any changes made to the schedule. If you're listening on iTunes, please leave a rating. And if you're watching on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications. And for today's guest, I have Honey from Honey and Cocoa.
Hi guys, it's Honey. You can subscribe to me on YouTube at Honey and Cocoa, and yeah, it's just like mukbang and like other stuff. I don't know. You'll like it. Just go watch it.
Yeah, just do it. Just do it.
So for today's topics, we have no more avocado toast, hit and run, and peace out.
Nice, nice. Okay, so the first story is I wonder maybe some of you guys have heard, but like Trump is like threatening to like shut down the border. Did you hear about that?
Shut down the border?
Yeah, like so basically he wants to close the whole border so no one can get across or like, like that's what he's threatening to do if Mexico can't keep immigration like immigrants from like crossing over. It's hella funny, dude.
Wait, like illegal immigrants or just like straight up no
Illegal,
crossing?
illegal, illegal. Like no, 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 but like he wants to like he's telling Mexico to control the illegal immigrants, but if they
Mhm.
don't, he's gonna just shut down for everybody. Like even the American workers to like, there's people that depend on the job at the border. So I heard that
Oh.
there was like a few 100,000 jobs. Not a few hundred. It's 20,000 jobs because people go back and forth, from the border and whatnot. So those jobs would be like at a halt. And also like the important part of the news is that all of our avocados right now are imported like 100% from Mexico at this time. So like
Really? There's no like farms or anything that has.
there is, but like at this time, we get most of our avocados practically from
Let's go.
Mexico. Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So like there is avocados in like Florida and California, but at the time being, like practically 100%. So not totally 100%. So like when that happens, what would happen is that the price of avocados would go up. No more avocado toast for all those people in LA. You know what I mean? No more vegan bitches getting their fat in their diet. Caroline. Like, how do you feel about that? Because I can't eat avocados, so at this topic, it's hella funny because I don't really care about it because
Are you serious?
I,
I freaking love avocados.
I'm
But it's
allergic.
not even it's not even just about avocados though. It's like the whole trade system.
Oh, exactly.
Like
Yeah.
that's gonna create a chain reaction to like a lot of things because it's not just like avocado consumers. There's other people that depend on that kind of like trade off too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if like he's gonna shut down the whole like border or like whatever he's shutting down, that's gonna close it off to like the ones that can legally come here. Like
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, like just because like I don't know. Oh my god, he's so stupid. Like I really can't
I can't.
with.
That's why I didn't really want to talk about like politics on this channel because I'm trying to
Yeah,
like not,
keep it neutral. Yeah.
yeah, be neutral and like I don't want to have my 2 cents on that. But like that's why I'm more focused on the avocado part.
But then the thing is though that like I think he got well, I'm not really sure why the reason he got elected, but he does have a really good business background, so I can't really imagine that he didn't think about his decision like that,
Yeah.
or you're not gonna think about it because he's like a huge businessman. So
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. From a business standpoint, you're totally losing like money in the economy. Like no one's gonna be able to like spend on this or like the trade money and all that stuff. So basically, like I was listening to I still don't want to talk about politics, but like basically the California draws Trump out to be like this whole like white supremacist or like like only like the hillbillies vote for him, but it's most
uh,
there are people that voted for Obama that voted for Trump because they didn't trust politicians anymore at this point. You know what I mean? Like there was
mm,
the like it's the blue collar people like that wanted to entrust themselves like, oh,
Mhm.
let me go for a change. He's not a politician. Maybe he'll make it different. And like now shit's backfiring. and
Oh my God, you don't know how many people regret their vote. Like I
yeah,
know a couple people, like personally, like in my family that voted for Trump, and then they are just like, I regret it like so much.
yeah, like I can't.
But they were like, hell, like yeah, he's gonna do good. He's gonna do good in America, and like I just feel like it's all propaganda. They all just got brainwashed, just like Hitler.
No, I think that, well, that I forgot what it's called, but like that plays a lot like into it. But we're gonna move on to the next topic, right? Hit and run. It's sad time news. Everyone, like, grab your tissues. Just kidding. It's not. I mean, it's an accident. So, basically, a 20-year-old man from uh, Daybach, Georgia. I totally butchered that, but his name is Gabriel Jabbar Forham, and was charged with a felony account for serious injuries made by a vehicle, according to the sheriff's office. With a failure to stop, a failure to maintain a lane, and he literally rammed into some little girl's front yard. So he hit
Oh
the
shit!
girl, and in the video, if you're watching on YouTube, I'll link everything down below. But she literally flew into the brick wall, and she was playing in the front yard with
Oh
her
shit!
friend, right? And then
Yeah.
the suspect and the passenger both fled the scene. And what happened was that when they were caught, they were like, his excuse, it was hella dumb. He was like, I was getting hijacked, and we got into a fight. I was like, what the fuck? like,
What?
yeah, it's hella dumb, right? I was expecting to hear, like, when I was reading the article, I was just like, maybe, like, maybe he was drunk, maybe he was high under the influence, some kind of drugs. But, like, it was basically, I guess, like, I don't know if the excuse was, well, the excuse obviously wasn't valid because he was found guilty, right? But,
Hmm.
I don't know. What's your take?
Wait, let me just read a little bit real quick.
Go ahead.
What was the charge with for misdemeanor?
That's basically it, girl. I gave you the summary.
The other person in the car was trying to rob and carjack.
Yeah, it's hella dumb, right? I was just like, I expected to see high driving or like intoxicated, but no. He was just like,
Wait, I'm just assuming that because he's black.
no, I'm assuming that because he literally ran a stop sign into someone's front yard, dude. There's cameras. I mean, there's video.
I know, but and that's another thing too is like, didn't he see them like right there? Like, couldn't he have just like turned or something if he was getting carjacked?
Oh no, but
Like,
this was his
like,
passenger, right? So he was probably
but
already in the car.
but it makes you think like what are his motivations for doing that? Like, what made him want to crash into there? Like, if it's not what he said, like if it's not like getting carjacked or something like that. Like, what made him want to do that?
Oh, you mean? Oh, I get it. I get it. Like you mean like why did it like really happen, right?
Yeah.
like I know, like oh, there was a dog on the street. So I mean, using that excuse would have been better than saying, oh, someone hijacked my ass, my passenger, my best friend. Like was trying to grab the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel. Jesus.
Damn, I wonder if he's gonna have to pay for the little girl's like hospitalization and stuff like that.
Yeah, because in the article it said that she would have to learn how to walk for a
Yeah,
while.
that
Yeah, yeah,
part.
yeah. I was just
That
like
sucks.
that hella sucks. Like,
Hella sucks.
can you like
Yeah, I would expect like drunk driving too at that point, but it's like damn, he just
like
got carjacked. That's like a really weird reason.
that's so weird, right? That's why I was just like, ooh, I saw this article and I was just like, wait, he wasn't under the influence for any reason?
You know what? Like, you know what happened? I live like in Fairfield where the air base and stuff is near.
Uh huh.
So like I guess this one car just went into like the air base kind of like community
Mm-hmm.
and crashed their car into the Starbucks, like just fucked it up. And then it's like weird because like why would he do that? Like like who is he that he would do that? Like because
Yeah.
it's not a highway, like there's no highway. It's just like a parking lot around,
Mm-hmm.
and he just crashed right into, like he fucked up that Starbucks. I don't know. Like it makes you wonder, like why are you even there?
Yeah, like I was really trying to figure out like, oh, maybe he's old, but dude, he's only 30. And like the article was so kind of vague, right? So it's kind of
Hella big.
yeah,
That's why I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
yeah, and this is from what was it ABC News? It was
I don't know.
it was from something
Yeah,
news.
ABC.
Yeah. And I was just like, come on, give me some more
Oh,
detail.
NBC.
Oh,
NBC News.
NBC, yeah. And basically, like, I mean, I wish everything was more like open, kind of like Florida and like the Florida men, you know, like any case that you hear is always about Florida because they have like the open system and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So you're able to look up their like exactly everything that happened, right? Like
Hmm.
what they're accused for, the accusations, and what they're guilty for. So you know exactly everything that was done to them. So, but this one was so vague, and I'm just like, he's like, okay, if he was under the influence, like during the testing, maybe it was out of him. Maybe he got lucky, right? Maybe it was the last like 5 minutes before it came out of his system or something. I don't know. Like it was so vague.
And then like it's crazy that that's his reason, and then it's just believed. Like, did anybody look into it or?
Yeah, well, I mean, like he was guilty, so I think he was lying. But maybe,
I mean, he's guilty of hitting that little
yeah,
girl, but his
exactly.
reason is that's like a totally different thing, you know.
Yeah, I don't
Like
know.
yeah, he's gonna be guilty, but he has a reason why.
Oh my god, it's only been 12 minutes.
Well, because you were hella fucking fast, bitch.
Well, because it's like, oh, we're gonna talk about. Like, we literally go through all of. Oh, well, that's why I saved the last article for last because I feel like we could talk about it because it affects us directly. I mean,
Mhm.
avocados will affect us directly, but come on, bitch, I don't eat avocados.
Hey, okay,
You know,
avocado is
yeah, but like if you live in LA,
avocado tree.
no, but like exactly, if you live in LA, there's literally avocado trees like at the hotels, like literally in the streets. You could just literally pick them up. So it's kind of like,
Yeah,
I
I don't
mean,
like the avocado that it has. It tastes weird.
yeah, because you're a hater.
What?
Yeah, I don't know, you're just a hater. Okay, moving on to the next story. Last story, and then after the last story, I was thinking about doing like just off the record kind of thing where like we gear it towards like just stuff that we want to get off. I want to talk about your interview story because that shit's hella funny, and like just like
Yeah, okay.
yeah, just stuff like that.
So
Okay,
bad.
so last story is 1,800 companies move out of California alone, like by the end of the
Oh,
2018.
I saw this.
Yeah. Oh, bitch, I sent it to you.
Oh, did you? Oh, is that why it looks familiar?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, so basically they're mostly moving to, Texas, Nevada, Arizona, Colorado, Oregon, Washington, North Carolina, Florida, Georgia, and Virginia. And basically it's expected that 76.7 billion capital funds were, diverted with the moving and 275,000 jobs. So basically like okay, so my thought on this is like I'm glad they're kind of moving out because maybe we're so congested.
Really congested.
Like I don't I don't mind that they're leaving because there is hella jobs in the Bay Area. And I know that this is California in total. And usually like these
Mhm.
tech companies, they're mostly it's I'm pretty sure most of it is tech companies, you know what I mean? And they're moving to
Mhm.
like some place like Dallas and Austin. It is in the article too, so if you click on the link below, that I
Mhm.
link like it mostly said Austin, right? Is the number one. And then Dallas was like number six. And then
Yeah.
yeah, Seattle was top three, I think, and then Portland, Oregon. But that like Portland, Oregon has already started becoming like the Bay Area, like a younger Bay
Mhm.
Area. So we all
Yeah.
saw that coming. So basically, I am kind of glad this is happening. Like I know we lose 275K jobs, but there's something about the Bay Area too, or Silicon Valley, not even the Bay Area. It's just like people want a presence here, and that means like renting a room, like literally renting a room so you have an address here just so you can gloat to your colleagues, or would you say colleagues or other companies, like when you're doing like acquisitions, saying like, hey, I have a company in the Bay Area, Silicon Valley. Sorry, I say Bay Area, but I mean it's the same thing, right? like, it's like saying like, hey, I have a company here. Do you? And you sound like, I feel like there's like just this thing up behind it, like when companies say like, oh, I have a company here, like join us, like because we have a company here. It's the same with saying like, I have a company in Seoul and like Japan. I don't know why, like those are just so techy, you know what I mean? It's because they're
Yeah,
Asian.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so then what are your thoughts?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I think it's great that they're moving out to different cities, honestly, because yeah, you're right. We are hella congested here, and then like that kind of like opens up the gates to like other people that want to get a industry. Excuse me, hold on, I sneeze. Oh man, it went away. A tech industry job,
Mm-hmm.
because like for me, honestly, I would want to move to like Arizona or something, or like
You would?
somewhere cheaper. Yeah, because like okay,
Bitch,
so
you
JJ,
literally?
no, my husband's friend, so he's in the army, and then he bought a
But
house
they,
in Arizona,
yeah, but
and it's
that's
like
because they can relocate and they get
no,
paid,
no,
right?
but he bought a house out in Arizona.
But why? It's
Like
hot as fuck. I can't do temperatures. Sorry.
I can, I love that shit. No, but he bought
Filipino
a house in
bitch.
Arizona because it's half the price of my small ass house, and it's a big ass house.
Oh, and plus,
Like
bitch, you ain't leaving me anytime soon. You bought a house here.
yeah, and it's like, I'm not opposed to moving there. Like if there's gonna be tech jobs there, I would fucking move there, honestly. And and what was the other point that you pointed out that I wanted to say something about?
Jobs? No.
Um, oh, like the Silicon Valley stuff. Did you know that like the kids out that grow up there, they have the highest rate of suicides
You
because
didn't
they
know
feel
that?
no,
Oh my
that's what I'm
god.
telling you,
Oh,
bitch.
okay, okay, okay. No, no, no. Cause yeah, I had a class in Stanford, right? And you would drive by the Palo Alto, the school with the prestige, like all of the
Mhm.
CEOs and like stuff like that. And then like I was driving to class, and then my coworkers are in the, cause we all had the class together, and then they were saying like, oh, this is the school with hella like suicides, because
Suicide rate.
these are the kids of the CEOs. These are the kids of the executives. And
Mhm.
guess what? Like right when you pass the school, there's a train track, like the cow train. So like
Mhm.
of course it's like literally if you wanted to, it's right there. So
Mhm.
and there's no gate. You know what I mean? And like it's just easy to cross. So it's kind of like it's
Yeah, it kind
scary.
of sucks that they live in so much pressure that they end up wanting to end their life because
Yeah.
they can't like they're kids still, they need
Mhm.
to have fun and stuff. They can't just be studying all the time to be like something or like to live up to expectations of their parents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's really sad, but
Yeah. Do you know any?
no.
Oh, well, okay, so I went to this event, right? Because I was this photographer doing photography for like my colleague, and basically like she did a summer class at Stanford, right? And these half of the kids, they were like fucking high school kids. They're not
Mhm.
even college level, right? So you can see already that the age, like I feel like they feel like this pressure, and like they were pretty smart though, so I'm not gonna like deny that. Like, or like it's not smart like that you were born with. It's the smart that like kind of you were trained to have. You know what I mean? Like it
Mhm.
was kind of like
Mhm.
they were taught this and they understand it better,
Mhm.
so they can articulate like their ideas into innovations, like from innovations, ideas to innovations to like products, right?
Yeah.
Because then she was doing a social entrepreneur thing, and it was like a hackathon type of thing, but she calls it impactathon. And basically like they would just get together, have an idea, and then pitch their idea, right? Like to like
Mhm.
entrepreneurs, stuff like that. And basically like these kids are like, I was just like, I didn't do this until, I still haven't done this, but but like I haven't done like a pitch into college. You know what I mean? These kids
Mhm.
are in high school. They're so
Yeah.
young and they're just like on top of it, and like
Yeah.
it makes you think like, but like they were so unsociable.
But then they're like in high school, and then they have all these like other club activities and all that
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
piled on top. And they go home and they have to do these crazy homeworks or projects, whatever they need to
yeah.
do. It's like they can't catch a break or something.
Well,
It's
the thing
well,
was the summer thing too. So
huh? What?
my thing there, it was a summer class. So that's telling you like they were working through the summer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy.
But like
Yeah.
if you think about it, they still do have an upper hand in one point where like if you tweak that thinking of like, oh, this is getting too hard, they can I don't know, it just depends on the parents. You know what I mean? Like if they wanted to, they can get a summer internship at their parents' company and that's already really great on their
Yeah.
but I could see like where it's like you come from no money and then like you're trying to keep the money and then you force it on your kids, but like you forget to have like how hard it was for you. Like and people are different. Like your kids are gonna be totally different. You know, you see your kids and then you're gonna be like, oh, okay, he's not that. Let me just push him a little. Like, but like these
Yeah.
parents are like, I want you to hold the name.
Yeah. And then it's not even just that either. Like moving on from that kind of like upbringing where they're rich and then they want to keep their company or their name and all that stuff, right? They want to pass it down. But like even from like poor families, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they expecting their kids to do really well for them to like reap the benefits or something. And then like what if the kid is different? You know, like what if they don't want to do that shit? Like it kind of sucks. Like I know someone that's like that and I'm like
Like he's in the like they're in the family and their family has that much pressure on them to do good.
adds hella pressure,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And then
yeah,
like before they even start like getting a job in the field that they chose, they're already making plans for what they're gonna do with that kid's money. You know,
yeah.
like oh we're gonna help you buy a house, and then they're like oh whose house is it gonna be? And then the parents were like oh well we're gonna retire soon, so we're all gonna live there together.
Okay, yeah,
And
yeah,
it's like the kid is gonna have their own life. They're gonna have a husband or wife and
yeah.
kids. Like you can't, like, and then like I don't know. It's just it's crazy.
Yeah, like for me, like I can understand that concept, like that point of view, like oh, but I don't know, like I'm a different type of person than my brothers and sisters, and you can see that because like when I thought of it, like in my mind, compared to like I can understand how your friend feels, right? That pressure and stuff like that. But I had the pressure the other way because like I'm like, oh, like they raised me, stuff like that, and I need to like return the favor, and like that's how I looked on it instead of like, oh, like I need to work hard for. Uh, not I think it's because that pressure wasn't there.
Uh huh.
And like you hear people talk about it, so you're just like, oh, you know what? I'll just surprise them. Let me work my ass off. Didn't go to like didn't take any summers off of college. Graduated within 3 years after college, and then after high school, I mean, and then I'm out in the workforce. So I was just like, let me just surprise my damn parents, right? And then that's how like I feel with anything. Like even like I just put that mentality down, and I'm just like, okay, let me just work hard towards. My dog is crying, but let me put down this hard work to like live a better life. Like it is
To
cheesy.
give them a better life. No,
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. But like it's
I
like
know.
how I feel, right? It's just like okay, let me like we've been struggling for so long. Let me just work a little harder.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
No, for sure. Because I know my sister's like that too towards my parents,
yeah,
and
yeah. Your
even
older sister?
yeah, my older sister. I have
Oh,
two, but
yeah,
the
yeah.
second older sister, she's even making or what is it called, building a house for them in the Philippines so that they can retire there.
Oh
Like
my
it's not
god.
my parents' money. Like she's doing that for them.
Yeah,
And it's like she didn't have to do that, but she's doing it because she feels like she should do it because
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's how I feel.
her husband. Yeah.
Yeah, but then like the difference between me and my siblings is because like I don't know if you ever saw that meme, right? It's the Pikachu face. Have you seen the Pikachu face?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, it was saying like, parents, orders oldest children around to take care of their slightly younger sibling, and then the second one goes, sibling turns out useless, and parents Pikachu face. Like that's literally what happened to my siblings, right? I'm just
Yeah.
like my parents became so lenient to the fact where like they're spoiled as fuck. And
Mhm.
I say it to
And they
their
ended
face.
up like just depending on you.
Yeah, or like
Sorry.
yeah, it's all good. Like it's not even that. Oh yeah, okay. They're dependent on like stuff like that. Like my parents. Okay, so my parents give them like $10 a day, right, for
Mhm.
lunch, and I had free lunch.
Mhm.
Like I had free reduced lunch, and I never asked questions about it. Right? I'm just
Mhm.
like that's where, and I would never ask my parents for money. I think it's because like I was always beat. So
Oh my
so
God.
like
For
you know what I
real?
mean? It was just like so
Yeah.
that made me like a loyal dog. They said that a loyal dog is the one where you don't like you there is so like not beat like to death, you know what I mean, like abuse, but like there's like obedience, like you just
Yeah.
like a little slap on the wrist or something like that. Like those are
Mhm.
the loyal type of dogs, and that's what happened to me. Is it's like I would never ask my parents for money. Like my parents give them all like $10 each, and like guess what, they would spend it all like that day. So I'm just like,
Oh, you don't even save it?
no, at all, like nothing at all. And then I was just like, "Do you guys eat free lunch?" They're like, "No, it's gross." Or the line's too long. I'm like, "Bitch, I waited in the lines."
Yeah. What
like,
the hell?
and then I was just like, over here, like they would keep asking for things, and I'm just like, do they not understand the concept? Like, I feel like when I was little, I understood like when my parents had or did not have money.
Mhm.
So like, I would just be like, "Oh, I really need this," or like, "Oh, I don't really, I can live without this." So
Mhm.
I would be like, okay, yeah, I don't need this because my friends are like busy or like it was just too much money, so
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't need it. And then I think growing up too, there wasn't a lot of social pressure like about like with the peers about like dressing the right way or
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
wearing the
Oh
like how
yeah,
people.
totally. No, because of that's because of social media.
Oh, like now.
That's
Oh, is that really?
I think so because then you can compare yourself to everybody now, like just on your phone.
Okay,
Like
that
you
makes
can't
more
really
sense.
do that before,
Yeah,
you know?
because then I was just like I never had the pressure of like wearing nice shoes. Like I would just be like,
Yeah,
okay,
same
Payless,
here.
huh? Okay, I thought
Same
that.
here.
I thought. I mean, I feel like it's an East Coast thing maybe because I heard East Coast schools are like the movies, like like Mean Girls and stuff like that. Like they get bullied. Like my school, I didn't have any bullies, and everyone was just friends.
Cool.
I had
Just kidding.
bullies in elementary school. You know what I mean? But that was
Yeah.
basically it. I mean, like it's good for bullies in elementary school. Like if it's going towards like high school, then they're a bitch. Like you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
hold on, let me call my
Yeah.
dog. What's up? Oh, he was like right next to me. uh,
Cindy, Cindy. No.
I'm like petting him as we do this. But do we like leave the last topic?
Kind of. It's like different tangents.
Yeah, it's like a tangent, but
Yeah.
it's still only 30 minutes, or like even 30 minutes yet. But yeah, that's how I feel about like that. Wait, how do we tangent here? I'm trying to figure it out so I can go
Oh,
back on track.
it's because I mentioned something
Oh,
about the
Palo Alto.
Silicon.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I feel like I didn't have that pressure that they did, so I turned out a little bit different. But
Yeah.
like that pressure
Um,
to have somebody like on somebody is that's crazy.
I had pressure. That's why I went to. I
Bitch,
mean,
you're the last kid. You did not
I'm
have
kind of
pressure.
I'm kind of more on the like spoiled part because I'm
You're
the
the
youngest.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah. But I still had pressure. They still wanted me to go to nursing school, and I fucking did that shit, even though I wanted to kill myself. Like,
Because you're Filipino and you're supposed to go.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's okay. It's for the better. It was, it pushed me to actually get a career in something that I liked.
Yeah. Like
Just,
if you never went to pre med, you would have never known to like that you didn't like it.
yeah, exactly.
Like you
Yeah.
didn't like it
At
as
first, like,
much. As much.
yeah, when they sat me down, they were like, "We really want you to go to nursing school," and blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Okay, okay, okay." And I went to school, and I'm like, "Fuck this shit."
Get me out of this. Fuck it. Oh my God.
Yeah, I wanted to be a masseuse too. I'm pretty good at giving massages.
Okay. Honestly, you would not make money.
You
No,
bitch.
I'm just saying, like, thinking about it, like, logically, like an Asian parent, where would you get the money from? Unless you become a celebrity masseuse. Oh my god, then you make hella money.
I don't know. I can have like personal practice or something. I don't know. Shit.
Oh my god. Like, hold on. I think I'm gonna say the ending here, and then you'll see. Okay. Thanks
Okay.
everyone for tuning in. Thank you to my guest Honey from Honey and Cocoa for being here with me today. Uh, if you have something that I should definitely talk about, I have a link in the description below where you can submit all articles or topics for us to discuss. If you're listening on iTunes, please don't forget to leave a rating. And if you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. And until next time, keep on being smooth and sexy like velvet. Okay,
Mm.
yeah. Okay. So for this section, it's basically there's no topics, right? Because topics are over, and it's like off the record. And bitch, let's talk about your fucking interview. God, that was
Dude, I'm
so
so
dumb.
mad about that. Like, I'm still kind of salty about it.
Dude, talk
Okay.
about it. Talk about it.
Okay.
Give me
So
tea.
what happened was I interviewed for this company, right? And then the HR was like super nice, and she was like, "Yeah, so I'm gonna schedule you in to interview with our lead UX UI designer." And I'm like, "Cool." And mind you, this place is like an hour away from me, right?
Uh huh.
And I haven't done like an on-site interview in a long time, so I needed new clothes. So I like bought
Oh my
fucking
god, you bought new
a
clothes?
dress, and, like a blazer, and like a purse. Look at this cute ass purse.
You bought a purse? I thought you were broke.
You know, I got a sugar daddy.
I
Anyway,
know.
um, yeah. So I went to the interview, right? And so like we were having a good time. Oh, you know what? I showed up hella fucking early because like
Hold
I could have sworn that. Hello,
Yeah,
where are you
yeah,
going?
I'm I'm getting hot.
Oh. But yeah, so I could have sworn that she said 1 p.m., right?
Uh
Oh
huh.
no, 11 a.m., right? Because I looked at the email, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, 11 a.m. because she didn't want me to hit traffic, whatever. So I went there at 11 a.m. and and I was like, who's gonna fucking greet me? No one's here to greet me. And so I saw a girl walking by, and I was like, oh, do you mind calling Tina for me? Blah, blah, blah. And she was like, okay. And she came back and she was like, your interview is scheduled for 1 p.m. But then the UX guy, Alec, he's gonna come and try to accommodate you anyway.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
And I'm like, really? Okay, I can just come back. But they're like, they're gonna try to do it. So I finally talked to him. We were talking, we were having a good time, we were just like laughing, and I was really relaxed, honestly. It was like, I felt like I did a good job if it wasn't for this one fucking reason. So yeah, we were talking, and then so it was time for me to ask questions, and then I was like, um, so since I'm still pretty new to this industry, if I were to get hired, who am I gonna learn from, or who am I gonna be working with? And then so his face went from like to went like this. He was like,
He was like, "What? Look, what do you mean?"
yeah. And then so he was like, oh, well, you'd be learning from me and then this other guy. But I think right now what we're looking for is someone that has 2 to 3 years of experience in the industry. And
Hmm.
I was like, oh, okay. And then he was like, yeah, I thought your experience at this one company for 5 years was like related to what we're doing, but that's not what we're looking for right now. And I was like, if you had just fucking
Red.
read my resume, like it clearly says what I did at that company.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
literally said what I did for this company. If you had just read that, then we wouldn't have wasted our time here. Like I wouldn't have wasted my time and money and gas
Uh
and
huh.
just
Uh
fucking
huh.
driving.
Exactly. Clap back, bitch.
And you wouldn't have to had fucking accommodated me like or I don't know, you didn't have to waste your time on me, dude, if you knew what the fuck I did at that fucking company.
Yeah,
Ugh.
dude, I was so salty for you. I was like, okay, Caroline, once you get home, you better send back an email saying thanks for letting me drive 2 fucking hours in heavy traffic and a burning car. There was no burning car, but it sounds better.
Yeah, dude.
I was
I
so
was like,
salty
thank
for
you for
you.
your time. Oh, and you know what? He was like, I'm gonna keep your resume because I think you would be great if we, like, because we're continuing to grow. So I will find an opportunity that's right for you. And I was like, if you keep motherfucking lying to me, stop
Well, I mean,
lying.
it's courtesy, okay? It's a lie, but it's a courtesy lie, fucking bitches.
I was like, stop motherfucking lying.
Oh my god, dude! Like that. Yeah, that's the same thing that happened. Well, that's what happened when I found out about my freaking my pyramid scheme. You know what I thought? I
Okay.
we talked about it, but did I tell you about the email I sent back to him the day of? Here, let me pull that shit up and read it because that shit was good. Oh, and then you told me I was being too petty. But I wrote, "Hi blank. Looking at the email, I don't think the job position fully utilizes my skill sets. I was under the impression that would be under a designer developer kind of role. So I don't want to waste time moving forward with the interview. Thank you and wish you your company lots of success in the future." I still put it in anyways.
You still put it in there. I was like, maybe you should put we instead of I.
Excuse me, okay. I The thing is, it's like I messaged him and he didn't respond to me ever.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, okay, I mean, like, fine, I'll just.
This whole
But
sketch.
he watched the video. I mean, he watched the video. He read the email because I have like this thing where you can track people reading emails, so
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
if they
yeah.
open it or not. And basically, he opened it, but he didn't say anything back. So I was just like, okay. He didn't even say thanks. You too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, whatever, bitch.
Wait, I wanna like talk to you about something. It's totally off topic,
Go
but
ahead. It's fine. It's off the record.
so I'm just gonna switch or like anyway. So I know this girl, right? But like I don't really know her personally. I just met her through a mutual friend. So we're not really like close or whatever, but like so she has a boyfriend. He's from another country. He's from let's say, like Iceland or something, right?
Okay.
So
I
yeah,
already
no,
know where. Just kidding.
yeah, no, he's like out there like, in that area. So he's from Iceland, right? And so I think they've been together for like a year and a half or like a year or something. But she went out there like twice already, right?
Oh my
So
god. That is.
she went to go see him and like and so she would post like Instagram pictures, right? So I would look, I'm
Uh-huh.
like, oh, they're so cute. But then I look at the guy, I go to his Instagram. There's no pictures of her.
Uh-huh,
Her
uh-huh, uh-huh.
his tag photos are blocked, like it's disabled. So you can't even see who's tagged him. And it's like, is that hella suspicious to you? Like
That's
he lives
hella suspicious.
right? Like that's so suspicious. Like he lives hella far and then you're the one that go out to see him all the time and it's like I don't know, man. Like that's fucking weird to me. That's weird. I don't know how she can handle it, but it's fucking weird.
You know
It's
what she
weird.
should do? You should tell her to be like, "Hey, ask him to come over here." Mhm. Mhm.
We're not
Mhm.
close like that, but like
Oh.
one time I was so like she was like, "Oh, I'm like in dreamland, whatever, with a dream man," and I'm like, "You cheating, girl. You cheating, girl."
Like I feel like actually, okay, I read this story. Was it a story I read or was it a video? I was watching this video, right? And basically the guy was from Turkish.
Mhm.
And basically what would happen is that he would make this girl fall in love with him, make fall in love with him, and basically I think it was like human trafficking kind of thing. So he got her pregnant, right? And she didn't want to
Uh-huh.
be pregnant at the time because he didn't want to use a condom and stuff like that. So she was just stuck with him for a long time, and then basically like I don't know. The story was really long, and I really don't remember where I said it. So, but like, basically, like, no, it sounds like I think like maybe that guy that your friend acquaintance or whatever wants to come over here on a visa, or like like marriage, like
Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah,
to
yeah.
use her for
Or and
like
if he doesn't, like the story makes sense because what happened was like so she like that girl and the guy from Turkish had the baby, and once the baby came out, his mom came to visit, but they were apparently more friendlier than parental like and child like they were
mhm.
just touching each other and it was uncomfortable. Like but she Turkish aren't the Turkish the people that kiss each other? Yeah, yeah, so whatever. And then like she just felt very uncomfortable with their like with them and basically like I think every time like they would never let her see the baby either. So that's when
Oh,
but then like during this whole time like that girl got an email from his like ex-girlfriend or like probably the same thing that happened to her and like she didn't
mhm.
believe it because she was just so smitten. So I was just like
Oh,
that's your dumbass fault. But
Wow.
now she lives like under. She changed identities. She moved countries, not country states, with her mom, and like that's that. But like that was. I think she wrote a book about it. I forgot where. Like I watched the video, and she has a book, but I was just like, damn, that's. I was just like, the video was like what 40 minutes long, and I was just like, I got into 20 minutes, and I'm just like, should I keep watching? Like it got too long. You know what I mean? I'm just like, cause
Wait,
then.
wait. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Wait, go on.
No, because like once 20 minutes is where like a different girl warned her, and that's where I was just like, whatever happens after this point that a girl warned you is on you.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah. So I was just like, do I really want to listen to her? Like she's telling her sad story. It is sad, not really,
Hmm.
because nothing really bad happened to her yet, because she found out before, but like she got
But like
warned
it was.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's what
It was.
happens when you fall hard.
Yeah.
But
But like going back to my friend or acquaintance, whatever, how would you react or like how would you feel about that? Like if you were in a relationship and then like you were in a long distance relationship at that and then you
I
were not in there. I don't know. I don't think I would be really suspicious.
I would literally go to that bitch and be like, because I think this personality that I have, I would be like, are you sure he doesn't want your visa? I would be like, are you? He doesn't want you to marry him?
Like I'm only like looking like outside looking in superficially.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah,
don't
because
know
you're
how
acquaintance.
they
Yeah, yeah.
talk, if they talk on the phone all the time or FaceTime all the time. Like I don't know that part, but I still like that's so suspicious to me. Like why? Like I would ask why is that shit blocked? Why am I never in your fucking timeline? Whatever. Like
This
I
sounds
don't know.
so familiar though. I feel like I heard this too. Maybe it's the exact same story that like that's why I pointed it to that story because it sounds exactly alike.
Mm-hmm.
Better watch out. Tell that girl watch her bitch ass. Like I mean, she
Yeah.
should have had like best. Like I feel like she has friends that told her, and she's just smitten. I think that's what
He should,
happened.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's probably like, I got this Iceland dick. He fucking cute. I'm about to have babies with this Iceland
And
dick.
that's exactly what he wants, right?
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know. It's weird to me. I can't do that. I would not, because I'm the type of person that wants to know. Like, I'm not controlling or anything, but you need to let me know where the fuck you at, or else I'm gonna worry.
Mm.
Like, like.
iPhone, find your friend, and give me your location.
Yeah.
No, but that is suspicious. I feel like is it suspicious, or it's because we don't know the guy and it looks suspicious, like his
It looks
personality.
suspicious. It looks suspicious. I don't know him. I don't know
No,
him.
because like the thing is like, I know people that don't allow tags, but there is no pictures of her. Like, there's gotta be
No,
like, I'm pretty sure like he got other bitches.
it's just like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's just a bunch of selfies of him. And you know what? I've seen that pattern before because I dated a guy that was like that. And you know what? I was the mistress. Like I did not fucking know. I didn't know
You
that
the
whole
side
time.
bitch.
I was a side bitch, honestly.
On
And
April
I didn't
15th,
know.
that's your day because you're the side bitch, National Side Chick Day.
Yeah, like he didn't have no tag pictures. He only had selfies or like things that he was doing, and I'm just like, and he wasn't even long distance. He was just like kind of like 30 minutes away from me.
You
Yeah,
dumbass. You dumbass.
I don't know, but fucking fuck that dude.
Oh my god, dude. I can't believe you were the mistress. You're like, I didn't
I know,
know. I didn't...
I know, right? So okay, so how you know how I got found out? So like,
Someone else told
so I
you?
didn't know that I was a side bitch, or I thought that we were like exclusive
Uh
boyfriend and
huh, uh
girlfriend.
huh.
So I commented on one of his pictures, and this girl DM'd me, and she was like, "Is he your boyfriend?" And I was like, "Yeah," and she was like, "He's mine too." And then she was like, "Oh, how did you guys meet?" And I was like, "Oh, through this app." And she was like, "I thought he deleted it." And I'm like, "Well, I guess he didn't, girl. I'm sorry, but I'm here."
Oh my god.
But like after that, I blocked him. I fucking stopped. He kept begging. I'm like, "You stupid! Like you really think I'm gonna fall? No, you're so dumb."
Yeah.
And he stole my PS3.
Oh, wow. You know what? Like, at that point, like, I feel like from just you telling that story, you can feel for those side chicks then, right? Like, sometimes they really don't know. It's the people that do know, those are the bitches.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But, like, some girls just don't know because the guy is the shady one. But then society, like, you would blame the girl
Yeah.
or, like, because it's like I think that's what we do. We reference something that happened like once or twice, and then we just think it's the norm. So now it's
Hmm.
just like all side bitches are bad, but sometimes it's the guy that's bad, or like we just never blame the guy.
Yeah.
What if it was three
Yeah.
girls? What if it was a lesbian? Would you blame the guy still? It was the dyke looking one. It was the dyke.
I don't know, man.
That'd
I
be,
know.
oh my god, that'd be
Like
hella funny.
there's a bunch of Filipino movies that are like that, and it hella annoys me because they blame the girl for the guy cheating on her.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
how? What the fuck? Like it's hella annoying, and it really makes my blood boil.
But it sets
Like
it
why the
sets you
fuck would you?
back.
Huh?
It sets like everyone back like a few like centuries.
It's so annoying.
Yeah, it is annoying. Like I can't.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway,
Oh my god. I think that's all the tea I have for today. Do you have any other tea?
tea. No, that's it.
Oh my god, but yesterday was so fun when we played the game. I'm hoping to play that
I know
again.
it was so fun. Why don't we play it right now? Just kidding.
No, and that's not tonight. But I
Beach.
think okay, I think we're good, right? I think we're good. We're at 46 minutes. Yay, we pulled through with some like tangent talks and shit like that. For all of you that just joined, thank you for joining. Please follow and then follow Honey and Coco on YouTube. They do mukbangs, I think sometimes.
Mhm.
You stopped though, aren't you?
I'm
Oh,
gonna try and do them again. I just don't have a an adapter or not adapter. Yeah, like an adapter because I have the new or MacBooks and their fucking
oh, the USB
things
C. I
are
have
only
like
like
I have
yeah.
1,000 of those. Do you want it?
No, I have one for my what is it called?
I
My
don't
hard
know.
drive, but I don't have a card reader.
Oh, they don't have
Yeah.
card readers on the Mac anymore.
Mhm. No.
Damn, they trying to make money,
Hella
dude.
annoying.
Why would you
It's
buy a
hella
new Mac
annoying.
then? I feel like I wouldn't buy a new one.
I didn't. It wasn't my choice. It was a gift.
Oh, okay, that's why.
Yeah, but I still love it though. I love it. It's just I don't have a card reader. I need to.
Okay, that sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, bye,
All right,
bitch.
baby. Bye. Thanks for watching.
Bye. Yas.